Be honest, how many things in your home have only been used once? And when's the last time that Amazon truck made a delivery? And are you sick and tired of sifting through clothes you never wear? What if I told you every unnecessary purchase is an act of theft? That you're not just spending money, but literally robbing your future self? That what you think is just $1 here and there is actually stacking up to a small fortune, costing you tens of thousands of dollars in the long run. Well, stick around, because today is the day I help you stop buying stuff. Hey everyone, this is AJ, your ace in the hole, and welcome to the channel where we simplify personal finance and provide tips for young adults, parents, and others just starting out. And sometimes we do a little crime scene investigating to help you stop stealing from yourself. So today, we're looking at why buying so much stuff is harmful to your future and why this needs attention. The reality is, with every unnecessary purchase, you're not just robbing yourself once, but 3 times. And today we're going to look at each one and present some tips and challenges if you're up to the task. So let the investigation begin. Let's start off with robbery number 1, lost opportunity. Now, pay attention because this provides a fundamental rule of thumb that applies to everything in this video, and that is the lost power of a single dollar. On the surface, it's just $1, but invested over your lifetime is worth up to $145. I cover this further in my compounding interest video, but for the sake of this video, remember this simple equation. $1 equals 145. In other words, every dollar you spend today is stealing a greater amount from your future self. In fact, here's a handy table that illustrates the amount of opportunity you're stealing from yourself, showing the value of $1 invested to age 65 by various starting ages, along with the lost opportunity of a few larger purchase amounts over the same period. So, that brand new $1,000 iPhone you bought for your 20th birthday? Yeah, that robbed your future self of over $88,000. Robbery number 2 comes from the lost value of purchases. In addition to the lost opportunity of money spent, the items you purchase are also losing value. Even if you decide to sell these items later, you're not able to recoup the full cost, further depleting you financially, the true cost of unnecessary stuff. One of the most extreme examples is a new car purchase. Statistics show that a new car loses over 10% of its value the moment you drive it off the lot, and up to 20% within the first year. In other words, when you purchase a new car at $40,000, you immediately lose $4,000, and within another year, another $4,000, vanishing into thin air. Now, it's no secret that a new car is one of the quickest depreciating assets, but smartphones, consumer electronics, computers, and laptops also drop like a rock, losing over half their value in the first year. Even jewelry, especially diamonds, can lose 25 to 50% at resale. So in all cases, not only do you lose out on the money you spent, but the lost value provides a double whammy. Now let's put this into perspective. Let's assume at age 25 you purchase a $40,000 new car at the current prime loan rate of 6.8%. And this assumes you have a perfect credit score, which otherwise could be as high as 16%, but that's beyond the scope of this video. I do, however, touch on credit score in this video here if you're interested. So at the end of a standard 5-year car loan, you would have spent an extra $7,300 in loan interest for a grand total of $47,300 with a $788 monthly payment. Instead, let's assume you save up and buy a dependable used car for only $10,000 paid in full. Now, if you continue to pay yourself and invest the remaining $30,000 you just saved, which would roughly be $600 per month, you'll now have over $47,000 at the end of 5 years. And if you let that remain invested, will grow to over $1.5 million by age 65. Now, I know there are other considerations, slightly higher maintenance costs, for example, but this provides a simple illustration of how this one financial decision can alter the course of your life financially. Now, by now you're probably thinking,
I thought this video was about buying a bunch of stuff.
And it is. I just use this example to help visualize the ramifications. The reality is, the unnecessary little stuff adds up quicker than you might think, adding up to thousands of dollars of lost opportunity over your lifetime. And just a quick note, if you're digging this video so far, be sure to give it a like and subscribe. It's totally free and it really helps grow the channel. Now, back to the video. Let's move on to robbery number 3. This is a little less obvious monetarily speaking, but you could monetize this if you wanted to, and that is that every purchase you make demands time. The time to earn the money to pay for the item, the time to clean and maintain the item, the time to store the item, and even the time to get rid of the item. Then there's my personal favorite, the time spent working around the item, the clutter. Studies have shown that people waste an average of 2.5 days per year searching for items in cluttered environments, yet are 40% more productive when operating in a non-cluttered environment. There are also proven psychological effects associated with clutter, including elevated stress and anxiety, reduced focus, cognitive overload, depression, sleep issues, and low self-esteem. So yes, stop buying stuff. Your wallet, your future, and even your health depends upon it. Now, this is all in no way meant to suggest that you shouldn't spend money on things, but do so with purpose and meaning. Now, to be fair, you are being played. We all are. Victims of relentless modern marketing techniques, bombarded with ads every minute of every day, amplified by effortless purchasing capabilities at our fingertips. So I'm not really saying it's your fault. Well, sorta. It just means that you constantly need to be on guard to avoid unnecessary purchases. Advertisers spend billions understanding how to get into consumers' brains, and it works. From one-click purchasing, free shipping upsells, and the social media pressure of keeping up with the Joneses. We are under attack from a barrage of advertising and consumer pressure 24/7. So do you fall for all of this? Let me know down below. Now for a few tips. The goal here is to help prevent you from falling into the trap of frivolous, indulgent, and unnecessary spending, while instead diverting that money into investments that can completely transform your future. That said, if you're looking around right now and thinking, gosh, it's too late, then here are a few tips to help, because it's never too late. That is, if you're up to the challenge. Tip number 1 is the Closet Reality Check Challenge. And for starters, you're not alone on this one. Studies show an average of 70% of clothing purchases are not worn for over a year, and 30% never worn. That said, right now, well, right after this video, categorize your clothing based on whether it's worn weekly, monthly, annually, only once, or never worn. Next, take the pile of never worn and worn once, and I bet there's a pile, and either donate it or sell the items online at eBay or other used clothing sites. And as a bonus tip moving forward, whenever you purchase a new piece of clothing, use the 1-for-2 swap method. For example, if you buy a new shirt, force yourself to get rid of 2 older shirts. This not only naturally declutters, but also helps you evaluate the true need for the purchase. Tip number 2 is put your purchases to the question test. Ask yourself, do I really need this? How many hours do I need to work to pay for this? Where will I put this? And will I use this daily, weekly, monthly, or ever? And be honest. Make this a habit when shopping for any purchase, including clothes, household items, even groceries. A bonus tip here, never grocery shop when you're hungry. Studies show that hungry shoppers spend up to 20% more when shopping hungry. Tip number 3, and not for the faint of heart, is the 30-day no-buy challenge. This was inspired by a TED Talk video, which I linked below, which started out as an environmental challenge, but is also relevant here. The challenge? Go 30 days without buying anything. Now, this does come with 2 stipulations. First, don't die, meaning true essentials such as rent, food, medicine, and basic utility bills are fine. Secondly, don't stink. So basic hygiene necessities such as soap, shampoo, toothpaste, and deodorant are all okay. All other purchases must wait. At the end of the month, calculate how much you saved, assess how many urgent needs were just impulses, and then incorporate the findings into your spending habits moving forward. Now, if you do decide to give this a try, I'd love for you to come back and let everyone know in the comments what you learned. The bottom line is that every dollar you spend on stuff you don't need is hundreds if not thousands of dollars stolen from the person you'll be in 10, 20, or 30 years. Future you is looking back right now, begging you to stop. Instead, put that money to work for yourself now, building towards financial independence, early retirement, or even more. Start today. Use the tips, the challenges, and set yourself up for a successful future. And you'll help save Amazon a little gas money along the way. That said, I really hope you found this video helpful. And if so, please share it with others and be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss future videos. Now, for tips on how you might pay for that first car in cash, check out my video on how to save $10,000 by age 25 here, or Stock Market Basics here. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. And remember, it's not just how much you save, but how early you start. This is AJ, your ace in the hole. See ya.